Hi, welcome to Forex in 4. I'm Mike Conlon for FXEDU, and in the next 4 minutes, I'm going to show you the highlights of where the action is in today's Forex market. So let's get started. Good morning. Today is Wednesday, April 7th, 2010. This morning we're talking about the easy economy. Now I don't mean easy as in not difficult. I'm talking about the Eurozone. And we've got some additional problems coming out of there. They just reported their GDP figures this morning, and basically they stagnated. So they didn't contract, they didn't expand, but they're showing a little bit of economic stagnation. All right. Now when you add this in addition to the problem going on with Greece and the other pigs countries, this isn't setting up well for the euro. I just want to take a quick peek here at the euro versus the dollar. As you can see, the morning started out with a little bit of risk aversion on the plate, but it looks like that may be turning around a little bit. But I just want to take a look at the euro USD. Let's look at it on a daily chart, and let's take a look at it over a 2-year period of time. Let's look at 1 year. That looks a little bit better. How about that? Okay, you can see right here in the chart, looks like the trend is clearly down here. Looks like we could see a retest of the 12-month low, which is around 120, 129, say, and could possibly go lower. If you look at it on the 2-year, it was, well, the 2 years, let's look at it on the weekly and the 2-year. That's going to do a little bit better for us. You can see there's still some room to go there, maybe down to even 125. So it's going to depend on what happens with these pigs countries, whether they can get their deficits under control, what the debt problems look like. Okay, another thing I want to talk about real quick is we just mentioned the flip-flop I made in the old Kiwi loonie here in the risk hierarchy. And I just want to take a look at that. The Kiwi's actually higher against the loonie. Let's look at this on the daily chart. I'm just going to show you a little technical trade I noticed this morning that's setting up very nicely. It looks like, and right here, let's just take a quick peek at it. But, you know, I mentioned that I felt like the Canadian economy is going to do better than the New Zealand economy in the ensuing months, and I still believe that. However, the interest rate differentials right now, the Kiwi is paying basically 2.5% versus right now the loonie is at 0.5%. So while the loonie is liable to raise rates faster than they're going to do in New Zealand, you know, the interest rate differentials are still there. So if we just look at this chart real quick, we see a nice candlestick pattern here. You've got basically what looks like a little bit of a hammer outside of a Bollinger Band. We're looking at a potential stochastic cross here on the daily. We could see a little bit of a pop, first leg up to 71.71, and then possibly higher. So it looks like the market hasn't quite made that change that I've made here in my my little risk hierarchy deal. But I'm guessing that perhaps if they start raising rates in Canada, they will. But either way, the Canadian economy is still doing better than in New Zealand. Next, I want to take a look at real quick. Let's just look at Audi Japanese yen here. We're at an 18-month high on the daily. You can see that right here. Australia has been raising rates. Looks like they may continue to raise rates, and Japan's keeping rates low. One of the other stories we want to talk about that's you can't really trade on it is the story coming out of China that now they're going to add G20 pressure to China to try and get their currency to float. It used to be it was just China versus the U.S. and you know the U.S. would say, hey, you're manipulating the currency, and China would say, you know, you're picking on us and blah blah, you've been irresponsible. Now if they get the G20 to come in, okay, this may put some pressure on China to allow their yuan to revalue. All right, now a lot of people think that the yuan is undervalued by roughly, you know, somewhere in the magnitude of 30 to 50%. So that could be a huge move if you know, they allow the currency to start floating. Now, trust me when I tell you that this isn't going to happen overnight, that they're not just going to say, okay, we're floating. But if they do start to take steps to allow this to happen, then you could see some yen strengthening, and that's just sort of one more outlet where money can go. Now, that's not to say that you know, they're going to allow the yuan to trade in the Forex market like the other currencies, but you never know what's going to happen. So that's a story to keep an eye on. Other than that, we've got the euro problems coming out. As far as the debt deal, that's always going to be you know, on everyone's mind. Pound's lower this morning. They're coming out with their interest rate decision tomorrow. They're not going to change, and their services growth came in lower than expected. So there's still fear about the economy over in the UK, plus the elections. Now a new poll showed that hung parliament may be happening. So that's what's happening. So anyway, keep your eye on this China story. That's going to be coming up next couple days. Geithner's heading over there, and just watch to see what happens. Good trading to all. As always, be sure to check out the written blog at www.fxedu.com to get complete coverage of today's Forex market. If you would like to learn more about how to trade the Forex market from professionals like myself, be sure to check out our affordable Forex trading courses. And if you're already a seasoned professional or aspire to be one, ask us how we can help you achieve your Forex goals. Go to www.fxedu.com to get started today.